Okay, hey guys, what's up? This is Kyle here doing a Raw review. Tonight, just finished watching it off the air. Where Raw got quote unquote rocked. Ooh. So anyway, where I started, 3 hours special tonight, with guest stars of Rock and Mick Foley, but Rock was the main attraction for tonight. So the show opens up with Michael Cole doing the Michael Cole challenge. My God, I was about to rip my hair out of my head. I'm not going to go into details about this literally because it's just absolutely ridiculous how I think WWE tries to embarrass Jim Ross, and then just Michael Cole just getting any type of on-air TV time other than just being an announcer like he's supposed to be. It's even more ridiculous. But yeah, Michael Cole with the Michael Cole challenge thing. To me, just wasn't interested in it. Got back into it once Cole's personality started playing and Punk came out to a really good crowd pop from Boston, and I did enjoy the program with CM Punk and Michael Cole. I thought it was pretty funny and good. After that, begins the first match with Cody Rhodes coming out to some new music, and thank God without the mask, with Honico against Sin Cara and Kofi Kingston. This really wasn't a good match, but Cody Rhodes and Honico got the victory. After that, we got into the match which was not supposed to be, but the match where they announced that because of Christian legitimately had an ankle injury at a house show overseas, Dolph Ziggler will be replacing him for the Survivor Series. And I thought Ziggler cut a really nice, decent promo coming out. And like I said, really lately I can just tell Dolph really has improved a lot, over the last, couple of months since being the U.S. champion, I would say, since being the United States champion this year. Dolph Ziggler's just really has improved, and looking at him tonight, and how just cut a little short, brief promo, Dolph looked confident in himself more than I've ever seen him before, and Dolph Ziggler's a really good worker. He looked confident. Looks like he got some fire under his belly. This kid is a breakout future star. I have no doubt about that. But Dolph Ziggler gets into pretty much a squash match with Mason Ryan, then Lance Long. The match didn't even finish anyway because of interference with Vicky Guerrero. After that, we get to see Mick Foley, and Mick Foley comes out with John Cena. They're doing a John Cena, This Is Your Life. And the first thing I said was like, what the F? John Cena, This Is Life program? We had a Rock, This Is Your Life program back in 1999. Why the hell would the WWE try to do one, if not, do another one, but with John Cena? Just completely make no sense. But John Cena came out with his father, and his father was talking and crap. Just not entertaining at all whatsoever. Until The Rock just came straight out, made a beeline straight towards the ring, walked in, rock bottom Mick Foley, and then walked right on out. So that was the only good thing that came out of that segment or whatever. After that, they got into a match with Sheamus and Jack Swagger. This match was okay. Sheamus getting the victory over on Swagger. Then after that, we get into a 2-minute Divas match with Kelly Kelly getting a roll-up pin on Natalya. So nothing special there, other than that they showed a 60 second behind the scenes of Kelly Kelly's photo shoot from Maxima magazine, and the whole time I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Yeah, so I'm doing that the whole time, while they're doing this, and then I snap back into reality once the match had officially started and ended. And then after that begins another match with CM Punk and Big Show versus Mark Henry and Alberto Del Rio. This match was this match was alright, best match of the night, but that's not saying much because they didn't really have that many matches tonight anyway. So this match was alright. Alberto Del Rio and Mark Henry getting the victory over on Punk and Show. After that, we get into a match with Wade Barrett and having all this team members for Survivor Series at ringside against Randy Orton, and Randy Orton's team are, assisting Randy Orton ringside. So just a one-on-one match between Barrett and Orton, but with their teammates for Survivor Series, supporting their captains. This match started to pick up, started to get interesting, and then Wade Barrett's team interfered, and then that disqualified the match, and then Barrett and Orton's team just started going at it inside the ring like a Royal Rumble type of thing, and that ends there. And looking at it, like I said, because they just so randomly just threw these guys together, Wade Barrett's team looks weak, they don't look strong, and not taking a knock against Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, which I like. These three guys I like, and even Cody Rhodes, and I don't even care for Cody Rhodes, but still, these four guys, along with pretty much a nobody, Hunico, who I think is a crappy wrestler, they just don't look like a strong Survivor Series team. It looks like a random crappy team that no one put any thought into, and they just slap them together. And the same even goes for Randy Orton. And you have the big stars like your Randy Orton, your Kofi Kingston, your Sheamus. But these guys, along with Sin Cara and Mason Ryan, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell of all the people on the roster they put Mason Ryan on the Survivor Series team card, whatever. But even that just does not look like a strong team at all. It does not look like a strong team to me whatsoever. Then after that, we get into the main, I guess you want to say, segment or whatever, where Rock comes out. Rock comes out to a big, huge pop as always because he is The Rock. And I thought they cut a good promo. Not as good as the one it wasn't as good as he had cut early this year when he came back for WrestleMania. But I still thought it was entertaining. I liked how he said that he made one part of the segment he was saying of how he loves Mick Foley to death and everything else, but he was not going to. The reason why he came out and did what he did to Mick Foley early on the night was because he's doing a life story on John Cena, and no one wants to see this, and so I had to end it because it absolutely sucks and no one wants to see this. And it's funny because you can hear the Boston crowd try to chant and try to say Rocky sucks, but it's just drowned and lost in the chants of people saying thank you Rock for ending that segment of John Cena. So I just think it's just so funny how John Cena fans try so hard to make their voices and their chants and their cheers for John Cena to be heard when it just gets drowned out and sounded out by even bigger and louder chants of Cena sucks or any other type of negative chant towards John Cena. I think it's some funny stuff. After that, Miz and R-Truth come out and get into a promo with Rock, and they cut a little promo on The Rock. And I have to say, if it was Miz and R-Truth doing this promo, say on CM Punk or even John Cena, it'll be like, okay. But, when they do it against The Rock, it's like, seeing Miz and R-Truth cut the promos they did when it was just Rock before Cena came in, it's like, wow, like, you can really tell who's the biggest star here. I mean, because it's like these guys have nothing good to combat with The Rock on. I mean, whatsoever. Yeah, and I just think it's just, yeah. So after this, after Rock and Awesome Truth kind of get into a little word-to-word thing, John Cena comes out. John Cena takes some jabs at The Rock, and honestly, John Cena keeps making the same jabs that everyone else makes at The Rock, and it's that Rock has been gone for 8 or 7 years. The only time you see Rock is via satellite. Like, who the hell cares? Rock's accomplished so much other stuff. I'm glad that Rock's not back, in this crap hole that WWE is currently in, the position that they're currently in. So Rock is a very smart man. So I can give a darn less, if Rock shows up in person or via satellite. I'm just glad I get to see him, any day during the week. So I can pretty much care less about that. So John Cena, please use some new material besides saying of how Rocky never shows up. So after this, he tries to take a little jab at Rock, but once again, Rock just pretty much puts Cena in his place each and every time. just showing him he can't compete with John Cena. And John Cena and Rock both start beating up on The Miz and R-Truth together. Rock gives the rock bottom to R-Truth. And then John Cena was going to give an attitude adjustment to The Miz, but The Rock pulled The Miz down from John Cena's shoulders and gave The Miz the rock bottom, taking the spotlight, is what the announcers had, announced. And Rock just walks out of the ring and it ends the show like that. So all in all, one more thing I forgot too. Santino Marella has a small program where he came out, and then Kevin Nash came out, did some other stuff, talked a little bit, powerbombed Santino, and walked out, which I didn't see the purpose of. So, and that, like I said, that just ends Raw altogether. So all in all, for it to be a 3-hour special thing that they hyped for like a month now, not Rock, but Raw really wasn't that great to me. The highlights of tonight's Raw for me, altogether, from top to bottom, was The Rock's promo towards the end of the show, Kelly's behind-the-scenes Maximum magazine cover shoot, and the little squabble promo with Punk and Michael Cole. That's it. Tonight's Raw was like watching a TNA Impact, literally. And I hate to make that comparison, but it really was. It was like watching an episode of Impact Wrestling where all it was nothing but talk. We got like 3 matches, and out of the matches that we got, none of them were, had clean finishes other than the 2 tag team matches and then the Sheamus match. But other than that, like the rest of the matches really had they were either quick squash matches that weren't that great, or they had all of them had some screwy, bogus finish and not really a clean, legitimate finish. So like I said, Raw was okay tonight. Really wasn't that great. Those were the 3 highlights for me tonight of tonight's 3-hour Raw. I also thought too that for this to be the go home show for the pay-per-view, I don't think it was that great. I don't think they really set the tone or finalized everything. I think for Survivor Series, other than probably the John Cena Rock thing, but Alberto and Punk, and then even the Survivor Series team matches that's going to the pay-per-view. Those are the only things that I don't think that they've really dotted every I and crossed every T on for Survivor Series. We have SmackDown this Friday, so maybe they might do something else with the Survivor Series teams at least to, I guess, finalize everything for that. But Raw was just okay to me. Really wasn't that great. Like I said, the only 3 highlights for me was the Punk promo between Michael Cole, Kelly's awesome photo shoot of Maximum magazine, and The Rock coming in at the end. So those were my highlights of a 3-hour show, 3 segments. That does you something. It really does. So let me know what you guys thought of tonight's Raw. Did you like it? Didn't like it? Comment, subscribe, like the video. And one more thing too, and let me know if you guys are excited for the Sunday's pay-per-view, because to me, I have not been hyped or anything for the Survivor Series pay-per-view. I think the build-up for the Survivor Series pay-per-view has not really been that great. Even the John Cena Rock thing, I don't feel hyped up for that. I'll still watch it because I want to see The Rock in the ring, and I even want to see the Punk and Del Rio match, but I just don't feel hyped up for anything at all towards this pay-per-view. The Survivor Series match was just thrown together, just unmatched, not really good teams. I just don't feel a hype for for Survivor Series. And most of the time, when WWE has their last Raw before pay-per-view, that'll be like the final straw for me for for me to see if I can get that build up or not. And sometimes I will get that build up off that last Raw before the pay-per-view. But tonight I didn't get that hype. I didn't get that adrenaline. I didn't get that excitement for Survivor Series off tonight's Raw. That's just me. I didn't find the point of the whole Michael Cole challenge thing was ridiculous. The only reason why they moved it was because they didn't have time to fit it into the Muppets episode on Raw that they did a couple of weeks back. I didn't see the point of Kevin Nash coming out there for even the brief second that he was out there just the powerbomb Santina Marella, that was just a waste of space and TV time because it didn't prove anything. I mean, Nash is not going to wrestle until TLC, so I didn't see the purpose for that. Yeah. And I didn't see purpose for a lot of the backstage segments too. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought tonight. So I like it, didn't like it, comment, subscribe. Peace out.